Along your modeling journey, you may come across a structure or feature, or bridge, fence, retaining wall that, that you wish to model and put on your layout. While you can use things like Google Maps or maybe something like a Sanborn Fire Insurance here map to establish a footprint, getting that Z dimension, height dimension, is much more difficult from aerial photo. That's why I have developed this photographic design aid to help you establish that dimension, especially if it's going to be a long time between the time you actually gather these photographs and data and you actually model. So to construct this is all very simple. All what we're using here is just a yardstick or maybe a meter stick if you're using metric system. And so all we want to do first is establish and figure out what's your segments. This one here is basically these segments are every foot. You could use every 6 inches, or maybe every decimeter for your metric. First we just want to mark this easily. Take a small saw like this, and then just slice and make a groove here on each particular increment. Then once you have grooved everything, then paint your whole groove surface white, get a nice contrast, high contrast, and then paint the alternating sections, in this case red, or you can use other colors if you like. You just want them to show up in photos. So this kind of looks like a survey rod stick. Is kind of the inspiration here. So you want to, and the grooves will make it easy enough so you can easily mask and like that, and get a nice neat gradation in your line, which is important. You want these to be consistent. So once it is dry and pretty much ready to go, then you are pretty much ready to go. Now for the use of this. Now we want to make sure here you have an existing accessible structure. So this is something you should not be don't be trespassing or anything. One was something, so this actually works well for existing, industrial or commercial structures, industrial areas that you can easily, access from public areas. So really what we want to do is want to make sure here is to line up this, put this against, the building face or retaining wall. And then we wanted to be able to, take your camera, using my digital camera here as a prop here, and you want to make sure that you're shooting as close on, straight on as possible. Make sure you're not angling up or down, because that's actually going to distort the photo image. These are not technically going to be a true foot, for instance, in your pictures, like in this case. And you can see here, I've close here that we've here thrown in a couple pictures, and these pictures here are of a cold storage warehouse in the Portland, Oregon area that had a number of dock doors and windows between the dock doors and individual bays, building that have now all been bricked up. In this way, you can see where these. I put these against the building face here, so now I can measure. When I get around to model the structure, and I still haven't modeled the structure. These pictures are 10 plus years old at this point. In this way, I can see how big each of those window openings were, and the original dock doors were, even how thick the loading dock was, and where. And now you can see with the use of a tool such as this, you can actually speed up the time it takes to create sketches or drawings for creating future models, and to overall improve your modeling skills. So if you like this content, please give me a thumbs up, and thank you for watching.